Aries, good vibrations. How you doing? So good vibes, Aries. So I've already done your channel messages and they are at the end, okay? I also got changed, believe it or not, I also got changed because it's very hot in the UK. But yeah, your channel messages, you can find them at the end, and we're just going to go straight into your tarot, you versus them basically, and see what's coming up for your last part really of June. Hey June! But most of them were all about things going off and going rotten, and a job, and something where I've got loads of things going on, okay, and you can't put all of your eggs in one basket, which means that something starts to fail as something starts to happen. As something happens and it builds up, the other one starts to deplete, and you've kind of got like a Libra kind of energy, but you'll see those at the end. But let's see what's going on with Aries' partner. Show me Aries' partner, what's going on with Aries' partner. Show me Aries' partner's thoughts and feelings, and what's going on with Aries' partner. But don't forget, you can also watch this as a Scorpio Aries as a number 4, but you'll need to watch the video provided below for numerology. And I've been caught up with the channel for quite a while. So let's see, Aries, show me Aries' partner's thoughts and feelings, please. So, yeah, nostalgia, neck, I'm hearing neck, something wrong with somebody's neck. It could be yours or your partner, but they've kind of like got one of those, like, I don't know, I can pick up that something is in someone's neck and they're kind of like, man, like a stiff neck or something like that. Stiff, really? Is that in here? But like a neck, they keep saying neck or next. Some of you might be saying next, who's next? And you're a hairdresser or a hair cutter or something like that. And you go, okay, who's next? Okay, next, and next. And you might be buying something from like in Britain, we have a thing online, and you can go, it used to be a club book, and you open it up and you go, ooh, I like one of those, I might order that from the club book. And that is called next or very, okay? But I'm also hearing berry or berries, like a lot of berries. Red berries, green berries, blueberries, strawberries. That might be the stuff that's going off because something is going rotten in the fridge. Rotterdam, Amsterdam, something like that, but something is going off. Okay, that was in your channeled stuff. So because I'm picking up like berries, blueberries, raspberries, bananas, all of those kind of things, if you've not been eating them, it feels like that something is going off in the fridge, because a lot of yours was to do around a baker's dozen, okay, or baker or baker's man, or a baker, physical baker, and they've got a load of product in order to sell, but then COVID hits and then they can't send it. Right, so pay it back. So you might have a loan that you're trying to pay off or pay back, okay, or the name Jack, Julian, Jason, Justin, Jasmine, okay, but pay it back. Pay it forward. I do you, you do me. Some of you do each other, and you're like, woo, I do. Voodoo came up in it, but don't worry about it, okay. But yeah, you do me, I do you, okay. But yeah, something around consuming, like business as usual, watching people come and go and buy things, okay. Ace of Cups. So show me, I will get onto how your partner thinks and feels, okay, but we do loads of different flavours within your reading, which is one for you, one for them, their thoughts and feelings, your thoughts and feelings, what's going on with both of you, together or apart, mothers, fathers, doesn't matter, okay. But show me Aries' partner's thoughts and feelings. Aries' partner's thoughts and feelings for the last part of June, for the last week of June, for Aries. Okay, 4 of Cups, nostalgia. I was going to say there's something to do with around nostalgic energy, okay. But yeah, 4 of Cups, making an offer, but it's refused. Like, I'm going to put in an offer, I'm hearing. Well, at least I can do is make an offer. So somebody's going to probably come in and make you an offer here. Okay, now it could be on a business, on a house, or transacting, and like, okay, I've got an offer for you and I've got an idea, how about if we go forward and do this, okay, because it's reaching out to the 4. So, well, also how your partner thinks and feels is that they're slightly bored, but this is also an Aries, which means that you could be watching this as a Scorpio, okay, so, which means that I'm an Aries, but I'm actually watching it as a Scorpio, and there I am, okay. So it's like, well, I'm here whenever you want me, but at the moment, I'm busy, okay, I'm busy. I've got loads of things going on at work, and yeah, I might not talk to somebody all the time. It might be around the house or the home here, okay, but this is what I was saying around the numerology part. Add up your life path number and the person that you have the most amount of conflict with, add those both together, come up with a number, and there it is. That's the number of the one that you have the most amount of conflict with, okay. But yeah, your partner feels frustrated at the moment, very frustrated, I don't know why, but we will find out. Show me what's going on with Aries' partner, please. What's going on with Aries' partner? Please show me Aries' partner for the last part of June. Last part of June. Sorry, this is really messing up. Seven of Wands, yeah, so your partner's having a lot of conflict individually, maybe at home or something like that. It's very difficult to approach this person to get them on side, is what I'm hearing. Like, I want you on our side. Are you on our side, or whose side are you on anyway? Whose line is it anyway? Who's lying? Somebody's around Leo or an 8 or an Aquarius. But I keep hearing, well, whose side are you on anyway? Whose side are you on anyway? Are you on our side? Are you on them? Is there a lot of competition? There seems to be a lot of competition. And people are like scattering off into like, well, whose side are you on anyway? Are you on our side? Are you with us? Are you without us? Or is your name Wooly? Like, are you with a Woolage or not? Are you banking on us or not? Like, do you want to be with us or not? Do you want to be with us? What on earth is that? Do you want to be with us? Do you want to be in my gang? Is this a gang? A gang leader? The name Lee? Or a gang leader? Okay? Or Leanne? But like Leanne Stimson? But like, whose side are you on anyway? It's like, well, if I come over, basically, you're going to make me feel uncomfortable even if I did come over there. Like, you know, I feel uncomfortable. I don't feel like I'm welcome, right? So why would I? I don't know. I mean, this might not, like I said, energies don't always show up as your love life, Aries. It's not possible with the numerology. It's not possible that your karma can evolve around one person, right? So it feels like that your partner is getting very frustrated and fed up. But because this is you, more than likely here, it's like that you're getting fed up and that you're getting frustrated, okay? And that it's difficult in order for people to approach you in certain ways, okay? So, like I said, I don't know if this is your lover or your mother, because I'm hearing, well, it's either your lover or your mother, and it's one or the other. So whose side are you on? Are you on my side or your mother's side? So some of you are looking for, like I said, who's, like, are you on my side of the... or are you on your mother's side? It feels so like aunties and uncles. Like, this is my cousin, blah, 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 and it's on my dad's side, like my dad's daughter, or something like that. My cousin, and it's on my father's side. Have you got, like, siblings, blah, blah, blah? Yeah, but that's on my mother's side. Do you know what I mean? That's what we say in Britain. Something like that. I do have, like, cousins and aunties and uncles, but they're basically on my mother's side, and we don't talk to them. Or basically they're on my father's side, and I don't talk to them either. It's kind of like that. It's like I keep picking up like relatives, right, in this reading somehow at the beginning, just like, and like my relatives. And it's kind of like, yeah, they're on my mum's side, but we don't speak much. So they're your mother or one of your siblings is talking to one of their sisters or sibling, like your auntie or your uncle or their sister or their brother. And they're talking to them and saying, yeah, my kids don't really, you know, they don't really talk to me that much, blah, 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 I'm on my own. Yeah. So, I don't know if... I keep picking up this energy of, like, some of you are not talking to your mum or to your dad or something like that, and then your mum is also talking to, like, her sister and saying, oh, how's your partner, or how's Stephen? Or, like, and they're like, yeah, or how's your name Chris, or howsy, or Claire, okay, but, like... How's your brother getting on? How's your sister getting on? And we're like, oh, we don't really talk, to be honest. You're like, why not? Right? Because I can pick. Basically, I'm picking up a conversation that someone's having with a person, and what I can hear is like, oh, how's Aunt Fanny? Is she alright? You're like, oh, I haven't seen her in a long time. It's like, really? Why not? Why? What's going on? You're like, well, we don't really talk, to be honest. We don't really get on that well. Oh no, that's a shame. Right? Unless your name's Shane or Shaney. But like, oh, really? We don't really talk anymore. She's gone off of... Oh, okay, I'm hearing they went off of their... Oh, okay. I'm now hearing, no, we don't speak. We haven't done in quite a while. Somebody might be looking for a tarot reading. Okay, that's normally the Four of Cups. It's when someone searches out to find out what's going on around a third party, maybe. And you're like, you get that information back where it's like... you know, can you tell me if this person's ever going to really come back into my life? And you're saying, well, to be honest with you, you know, I would reach out and ask, but like if they say no, it's kind of to bank on these cards, it's pretty much like, well, if I ask them, they're going to say no, right? So if you're in a third party thing, some of you, and you're kind of like, you know what, I really want to know if my ex is coming back and if they're with anybody, but shall I reach out to them or not? This is a classic scenario of I'm damned if I do and I'm damned if I don't. If I reach out to them, are they physically going to accept, like, say like if you know that an ex went off with another partner, right? They went off with another partner, right? And you're stuck metaphysically with them. And you're like, you know what, if I reach out to them and ask, are they going to block me? Have they blocked me? If I ask them, dare I, because they might be with another person, I don't really want to rock the boat. And if I do, they're more than likely going to cut me off anyway and tell me no. So then basically I am just absolutely classically stuck between a rock and a hard place of knowing that if I reach out to this person and ask them, they're more than likely going to say no anyway. So I'm not going to ask. And if I don't ask, then basically I'm just metaphysically stuck between a rock and a hard place of not fucking knowing what this person's going to say or do next, right? So say for instance, for a lot of you here, you've got like somebody in mind, a new person or an old person, but you think that your old person that you was with, there was 11:11 on the clock by the way, you was with a person at one point, right, and things were good, and that you want to reach out and that you want to ask them, but you got word somehow that they went off with another person, okay, and you think, well, you know what, all I can really do is just sit here in like feeling nostalgia, thinking about the person, dreaming about them out the window of what they're up to, and I would love to talk to this person, but if I physically do reach out and I kind of got a really strong sensation that they may be with another person, or I know that already, then basically I'm just stuck between a rock and a hard place. Because I either one, I reach out to them and because I'm thinking about them, and when I do, they actually say no, and they say, no, I'm sorry, but I'm with another person. Well, unfortunately, Aries, that's where the work is. When people say to you, you know what, you got to put the work in, you do. And that means that you have to find out. You have to intervene with your karma, right? You have to, because it's there anyway. Doesn't matter who you experience it with, you have to interact with your karma. That's the only way you ever find anything out in life, is by interacting with your karma, right? So, you know, reach out and find out, and then if you get told, no, I'm sorry, but I'm with another person, blah, 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 that's the work, because that's the healing process taking over then. And then what you are left with, which is why everybody goes fucking absolutely crazy and mental, is because they start to blame other people, right? They can do for a drama triangle of three, okay, there. But that is where you are then, basically, it's just an awakening. You are spiritually being awoke. So you are the feminine energy that's left with the energy of just being awoke, right? So everything that you get through an awakening is exactly as where you feel as a feminine that the masculine is feeling, but they're not. They're physically strong, independent, and basically doing as they want. So all of those feelings of like, okay, I'm waking up at God knows what time in the morning, okay, I can't sleep, I can't eat, I can't drink, I can't think, all I do is feel nostalgic for this person, and I feel alone and I want them and everything else, and then I start to get very emotional and I cry and I spend loads of time trying to figure out what on earth it is that's going on with me. That's an awakening. That is an awakening. What a lot of you probably don't realise, or may not, is that the same feelings that you get with a connection of a person, what you are left with is the karma. It makes you the karmic energy. Okay, it makes you the karmic energy. So all of the time, the feminine is the karmic energy. So why on earth people look at the other person saying, yeah, that's the karmic, and they're off with their butterfly and they're all kind of come back. No, feminine energy is the karmic energy. Everybody's got karma, it really doesn't matter, to be honest, right? But do you see what I'm saying? A lot of you, if you're in these third-party, metaphysical, lost my mind, I really want the person, but I am just stuck between a rock and a hard place of not being able to get in or out or away from it. It doesn't matter where I run or what I do, nothing seems to work. And I seem to think about this person day in and day out, that I hate them, want them, then I love them, but then I don't want them, but I want to know if they're coming back. But when is it that they're coming back and how long is a piece of string? If you're on those, then you're basically just being strung along, right? Which is follow my leader, the tug of war, right? So basically, the feelings that you get through that is an awakening. That is the awakening. That's what an awakening feels like. Nostalgia, alone, separated, can't talk to people, don't know who to talk to. stuck between a rock and a hard place of whether I go left or right. Do I always bump into people through my karmic hell loops that always do this same thing? I bump into control, I bump into people that don't like me, or I don't like them, or I don't like the way they speak, and I feel upset and I feel emotional, I feel stubborn, I feel arrogant, I feel angry. That's an awakening, okay? That can be an awakening if you're on a spiritual journey. If not, and you meet someone on your way and they're like very angry, very aggressive, then people start to leave because of the aggression, right? People normally don't really want to be around people that are aggressive, right? Obviously, raise your hand if you don't want to be around people that are aggressive, right? So if you're a person that's coming across as very aggressive, then your partner is kind of thinking, whoa, oh, no, you can't tell me. Okay, you can't tell me. You don't tell me, I tell you, right? So a lot of you could be feminine energies that are like, well, I'm waiting for my masculine to tell me what I'm supposed to do with my life, because I'm waiting for them to come back to see if I can be with them or not. So I'm searching for an answer of whether I can be with them, right? And you can be in that scenario here. So let's see. I tell you this through conviction because I've been in 7 twin flame connections, right? So, like I've always said, do I look as if I'm sane in any way, right? So, you know, I might not call this divine feminine or masculine and make billions and millions of pounds like a lot of others do, right? But it's still the same. It's still the same, okay? So, let's see. I don't know. As a laugh, I think I would lose all the people of respect that I've gained from people anyway if I start doing divine masculine feminine readings. It really doesn't matter. It's just a title. Okay, so let's see. So how does Aries think and feel about their person? So yeah, well, this person's just oblivious, baby, of what's going on. This person could have a lot going on individually away from your partner if you are in partnership. If you're not, and you're on this energy and you're like, damn man, I am stuck between a rock and a hard place of really wanting to be with this person but I can't, that might be because they're already in a stable environment already. Like, oh, well, I'm stable, I'm mentally stable, I'm physically stable, I have like a good job, I have the person that I want to be with, right? This does not make this person the karmic, right? If you're on here and you're like, you know what, yeah, they left me for their karmic, this person, they didn't. They left it for more of an energy that left you in the state of like, well, fucking hell, bro, what do I do now, right? So I'm stuck between a rock and a hard place because they left me for another person. That does not make them that they're together with their karmic. They are, because everybody has it. But if you're on a spiritual one, and you're like, man, I just, yeah, right? You've got a lot of karma to deal with, so you've got a lot of work to do on yourself, yeah, right? So, and we all have that. So if you're not on those kind of like instances of that, your partner's basically just like waiting for you to like finish work. You might have like a lot of energy like I do because all of my stuff is here, 4 and a life path 7, right? So this person might have a lot of things that are being pressured with in their life compared to the person they're with. So this person's kind of like more relaxed, more reserved, and it's more of an energy of needing a break from work and needing to relax a little. Then I go over to this energy, and that's why you or your, I'm going to have to say you or your partner, it's up to you, but the partner here is more relaxed because they're kind of like, well, as soon as you're finished like stressing out and being strange and being weird, I'm here whenever you want me. So when you'll finish work and you've got all of this going on, when I come home or when I get back, you can come over and stay here. Okay, so there. So there is what I'm hearing. Okay. But we break these energies down to multiple different scenarios of reading. Okay, like all in one, separate. Their life, your life, their life. Okay. I'll try to let you know who that could possibly be here, because this is Aries, Scorpio, Cancerian, or Life Path 7. Okay. Let's see. So show me how Aries thinks and feels about this energy. How does Aries think and feel about this energy? Okay, Aquarius, so you got 8, so you got like Aquarian, Leo energies all mixed up in this here. So general rule of thumb, what we're looking at is one side versus another side. Okay, This person is hopeful. They're hopeful that there is definitely growth in the relationship itself, but someone has quite a lot of stress and worry around their karmic loop, hell loop of family, hell loop of work, diet, everything about one's life here could be very stressful at the moment. It's kind of like they're anticipating or waiting for something to happen, to come in, like a CPAP. Yep, I went all the way over to Cambridge, dear. Got my CPAP and said, yeah, you can have a CPAP, come over and collect it. Woohoo! Got all the way over there, sat, parked, paid more car parking in Cambridge, which is extortionate, and got in there, and basically what I walked home was a tube. And we have no more machines left, and we need to send you one when they come in. That could be today, that could be tomorrow, and that could be within a week. But how long's a piece of string? So this is something that I'm waiting on, okay? But that kind of energy, right? If any of you didn't know, my sleep apnea reached to 46 episodes per hour. So every hour, I'm holding my breath 46 times in 1 hour. Okay, how long that is that I hold my breath, I don't know, because that hasn't been extended of what that is yet. Okay, but yeah, if any of you are interested, so that's what I'm waiting for here. So there I am, right? Because some of you here, you could be friends with this person, right? No shit. Y'all could be friends with this person, right? And you're worried about what's going on with this person, why they're not doing anything, right? Why they're not really up to much and why they're not doing anything. And what you're wondering is what's going on with this person? What is going on with this person? Why are they not coming to the gym? Why are they not really doing much? Why are they not saying anything? Because this person here is waiting on sleep apnea and so on and so forth. Messages that are quite simple, but they're here. You can watch this and you know this energy. Like, you know what I've just told you here, what I'm going through at the moment. It's quite plain and simple. Okay, not every reading is always designed for the fact that, you know what, this is relating to one person in my life. You know. So let's see. One more card of how Aries' partner thinks and feels. How Aries thinks and feels. One more card for this side, please. So, 9 of Swords. So you got Virgo energy, 9. So you've got this overwhelming feeling of slightly worried, right? Some of you, like I said, you might be going through a metaphysical connection, and the 9 comes up normally where you're overthinking about something, right? Starts to overthink, okay? That is being satisfied. This person here could be overworked. They're generally very good, generally just in, but they could be overworked, okay? Overworked. And then they start like getting very tired and anxious because they're overworked, right? And it might be compared to what is going on with this side, right? It means that, well, whose side are you on anyway? That's why that 7 is a line in the sand. What's going on over here? Ooh, what's going on over here? Ooh, what's going on over here? Ooh, what's going on over here? Why am I not accepted over here when I could be accepted over here, but I'm not over here? Why am I over here, but I'm not accepted here? And why can I not get in here? Because I want to be in here, but I also want to be in there. So you might have someone that acts slightly scatterbrainish, or fish, or a Pisces, and they act slightly like, man, I don't know, like you're not getting in. Some of you, like I said, you could have like a proper beef with an ex or something like that, and this is this person denying and saying no. You've gone. You're here. You're not coming back in. Right? You're locked out. You're not coming back in. I've blocked you. I've took you off. I've took you out. Blah blah blah. You are not coming back after what you've done. That can be that energy also, right? Once you've done this, you can't do that and this, and then expect that I'm like all be forgiven, right? So you're not just going to waltz straight back into my life when I have all of this blocked energy here. Now, people block for a reason, right? Because it means that this person will be shown a reason why later, why this person will not just accept a person for the way they are, okay? So, like I said, this could be a mother. Your mother is like higher than life and absolute scatterbrain, okay? That's normally an Aquarian. Sorry, Aquarians. But like, like, woo, we're off and everything's going crazy and everything else and blah, blah, blah. And then why will you not accept me the way I am, right? There's nothing wrong with that. Like I said, don't look at me. Just look at your scenario of what goes on in your life here, right? Because these people can appear up as anything. So how your partner thinks and feels about you, that well, they love you here. They're just here waiting for you to stop stressing out, Steve. Right, but stop stressing out something that you've got going on, and then you basically go over and then heal your energy basically while you're here with more of a relaxed vibe. Good vibes, right, with more of a relaxed vibe. So here, this person, because one energy of metaphysical and it's impossible, or just stress, strain and things that are going on at home and with my work, and then smoke me a kipper and I'll be back for breakfast, right? As soon as I've finished and cleared up work and everything else, I'll be home, okay? But someone's work might be stressing them out slightly, okay? Or something at home or about them is going on here, okay? So that's your reading so far, Aries or Scorpio. Aries or Scorpio, because there it is, right? So if you want to join, you can, but we're going off now to your channeled messages are at the end. But very quickly, if you want the rest of the tarot reading, it's only on the full access bundle. The video tells you all about it below. The link is below to Patreon. But I'm going to leave you now for your channeled messages for that time period. Okay? All right, guys. Thanks very much, and I'll see you soon. Aries. Okay, so your channeled messages for the last part of June. So I'm hearing, hey June. I keep hearing all these Beatle references for you, but Baker. I keep hearing Baker, Baker's Man, Bake Me a Cake as Fast as You Can, or the British Bake Off, or some kind of competition about baking. Now, I don't know what this is, whether you're just cooking a lot of bread or something like that, but you can also watch this as a Scorpio, don't forget, okay, because 4, okay, but like bread, or like Baker's Man, or like the name Baker, or just the Bake Off, or a Great British Bake Off, or you're moving to Britain, or you live in Britain, or you're from Little Britain. Okay, so you could be in a same-sex relationship, I'm hearing, because I'm hearing Gavith, the name Gavith, but like the same Sam, I keep hearing Sam or Sailor's Man, Bake Me a Cake as Fast as You Can, Pack It and Prick It with B, so the name B, or Bethany, or Bethel, or Beyonce, I very much doubt it. Some of you, there might be something around the promise of being a fiancé. I'm hearing fiancé. My fiance is a baker, so your fiance's surname could be Baker or something like that for a lot of you, or you have this as a heritage in your name of Baker, but they definitely keep saying though for a lot of you it's to do with a fiance, so there's like this promise of marriage that seems to be coming up as a channeled message for you, but I just don't know how long that is. So how long is a piece of string? How long has this been going on? So I don't know, it just feels like it's going on and on and on and on and on, like dragging on, like the time seems to be dragging on and on. Now, I'm not going to pick up on anything negative at the moment, Aries, for your channeled messages, but I definitely keep picking up like there is some kind of like competition, or there is some kind of like baking, or maybe something to do with, like I said, around a baby, or like something that takes a long time. Like it just keeps saying like it takes a long time for me to get where I want to be. I have to keep putting in work. It's like kneading dough, if you like. So the name Doe or John Doe or John, but like I'm kneading it and kneading. Okay, so now you have got a few kneading energies. So I don't know if this is like I need more, I need more, I need more. I mean, is this consumption of food, or is it like I need more attention, or I need more love, or I just need to work my, like, it feels like that your work, that somebody's doing something around their work and they're striving to get more and more and more and more. And it's like, it's not really a cry for help, it's just like I'm needing it and I'm needing it and I'm needing and I'm needing. But I definitely keep picking up people that are here that are like trying to get tarot channels all up and going and running, but they need, like they're obsessed about, I don't know, obsessed about something, of needing more. Okay, so it's like that goal that I have, like a goal, and I'm trying to like get more clients, or I'm trying to get more people, or I'm trying to educate people, or I'm trying to do something in education, or like I'm getting more money. I don't know what this is for, but they keep saying needing. So I don't know if this is to do with around, like I said, baby D, or a need more loving, or a need more loving. So you could be dealing with a Gemini or a Capricorn energy could be here, but a 6. But I'm definitely hearing the lovers, and I need more loving. Okay, but it feels like that somebody has a project or something, and they've got it going, but they need to put a lot of work into it. Like it takes a lot of work to to like mould it, or so the name Moulder and Scully, X marks the spot, Capricorn for a lot of you. Okay, but it takes more time, and it's taking loads of time. So some of you are waiting, like metaphysically waiting, or you're in a waiting room, and it's just like, it seems like I'm waiting for something, but it's taking longer than what I expected. So that sounds like that's going to be my CPAP. So I don't know, it feels like a waiting room and something to do with the doctors, and it's taking longer than anticipated. So the name Anthony, Anthea, okay, Cynthia. But like, I'm waiting on some results. It feels like, esoterically for me to look at it, like you're putting a bun in the oven. Some of you might be pregnant, or somebody might be pregnant, but it's taking a long time for it to grow. Okay, it's taking a long time for it to get bigger. So it's taking a lot of like kneading, and like, I really keep picking up like references of bread. Okay. But bread is also, like, it was a TV program, and it was set in London, I think, like up down south. So like, man, what is this message? Okay, so let's come off that. It feels like work is pressured. Okay, it feels like blood pressure. Like I need to have my blood pressure done and my blood work done, or something to do with a hospital, and it's taking a long time, and it's like taking an effect. Like after effects, or somebody's after your ex. Okay, what is this now? Someone's going after your ex, after Capricorn. Someone's after Capricorn, and I'm going after everything that Capricorn has, or Gemini has. You got like the Gemini man, Will, or Smith, the name William, or Smith, okay, or Anderton, Mr. Anderton, or Andersons. Okay, Andersons. It feels like that you may have like ordered something online, and it's taking a long time for it to get here. Like, or like you want to buy something, but it's taking a long time for you to get to that amount of money before you can buy it. Or like you've just got word, and it's saying like this is going to take a long time before we can build, or before, like, because I'm picking up like a tower energy, and some of you may be like wanting to expand in certain ways. But it's expanding. It's a little bit like your weight, really, like your circumference of weight. It's like it's expanding, because it's either business that's expanding and getting bigger, or it's like your figure is getting bigger. And like, because I keep picking up like cooking references and food and things, and like my circumference is getting bigger. Okay, so I'm not sure what that is around food. But something also seems to be taking a long time. It might be like I'm on a diet, for instance, right? I'm on a diet, and it seems to be taking a long time for me to get any results. But for some of you, like I said, it could be the doctors that you've gone to, and you've set all this in motion, but it's taking a long time for you to get any results back. I mean, that's a bit of a bummer, because I'm on that one with you guys. I'm a Scorpio rising, so again, you can watch this as those energies. Okay, but I'm definitely hearing like something is taking a long time for the results to come in, or for it to start showing that there are results. Or you are actually just waiting for results, and it seems like it's a long time because you're waiting for the results to come in, or you're waiting for something to like get bigger and bigger. I don't know what this is, because the message could be, okay, I'm waiting for my business to get bigger, I'm waiting for my business to take off, I'm waiting for a private flight, a flight like you're going on holiday, and it's taking a long time before the date comes up. This is where Britain has also gone back on their word now, and we're now not coming out of the full, complete and utter no more lockdown, no nothing. That's now been expired. So you've kind of got like it's past its sell-by date. So the name Sal or Sally Ann, or something that's gone off, gone rotten, Rotterdam, Amsterdam, something is gone like past its sell-by date. So it feels like that you've got a load of things to sell, but they're going rotten, like foods. Like you're selling food, and you've made a load of. It's kind of like somebody's made a load of things, right? And I made a load of things, and I'm basically like it's all past its sell-by date. Like everything seems to be going off, or everybody seems to be going off something, going off rotten, like Rotterdam, Amsterdam, rotten. Like I'm going off. Like, what is this? I mean, is this like food going off, or someone's going off a person thinking, oh, I don't like this anymore, like I'm going off it. It just doesn't feel right. It's going off. It doesn't smell right. It doesn't fit right. It doesn't work. something. I mean, spell. Okay, so obviously, all you guys, you know, spells don't work. Okay, but whatever you want to believe in, I can't keep fighting the popular belief of people wanting to believe in that. So they mean Bailey or belief, but that's a lie. Life coaching, that doesn't really work. Sorry, it does. It is kind of depending on what you believe in. But like something to do with around, like, you know, life coaching is something that you can coach people, but it's really not going to, you know, change their karma. It's not going to change an outcome. Like your outcome can't ever change to your karma because your karma is something that is forever. So it never changes, right? So you're living, basically, right? So the name Livy or Livia or Faith, Livia or Liv. But like my living quarters have not changed, or my quarter hasn't changed, my quota hasn't changed. So it feels like that a lot of you are selling a quota, and you've made, because I keep picking up someone who's made a load of things, right? They've made loads of things, and the quarter isn't selling. Like it's like I've reached my quota at work, and I've got all of that, but I've got a load of things that are like, because say if you've got 2 jobs, right? And you do 2 jobs, but one of them is baking, cooking, and making things, right? And then you've got a job as well, right? And your job kind of like picks up, and then all of a sudden you're on a esoteric thing, and you're like, oh, okay, now I need to look at my project, but that isn't picking up because I've concentrated so much on my work, and it's either one or the other. So it's kind of like, or your mother, but like I'm concentrating that much on something that I'm building up, and that's working, but then when I haven't got any work because of the COVID or something like that, then I can go back to what it is that I enjoy doing, but that's now lost because I'm not putting all of my eggs into one basket kind of thing, right? So it's kind of like this having to take a risk and a gamble, and it might be to do around money and work and projects and things that you have going on. Okay, now if you've got like 2 or 3 projects, it feels like that when you come off one project and you go on to another one, you could be dealing with a Gemini, Capricorn, okay, because they're both cut from the same cloth of 6. Like you concentrate on one that much, and when you do, it builds up there, but then you lose here, and you're now dealing with a Libra of a number 2. So don't forget, if you've watched my numerology video already, Aries, where I'm stating like me as life path 7, and then I'm dealing with, say, a family member that is a life path number 4. I add those 2 together, and then you come down to a number. That's your karmic number. That's the person of star sign that you can watch. So if me, for instance, mother be a 4, me be a 7, add those together, comes down to a 2, which means I can watch a Libra reading, and I would be in that reading against the person that, you know what I'm saying? Just watch the video. You can find it below somewhere. Okay. But I should have put it in a link below stating the video that you can watch. If not, it will come up on the playlist that is provided below. But something like, you know, I'm paying all of this, paying it back, like feeding it back, paying it back, karma. But I'm like paying everything back, and I'm putting all of my eggs into one basket and concentrating on this business. But when I do, this one fails. Okay, because I'm not really putting any effort into it. So it's not building, it's not growing. It's kind of like I'm putting all of my effort and all of my eggs into one basket. So then when I then like get told, okay, there is no work, blah, 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 I then go back to this project. But then this one starts to build as this one fails. And it's kind of like this energy of, well, I can't have everything. So basically I have to like concentrate on one thing at a time and make that grow, and then concentrate on the other thing. Because like I said, if you've got 2 jobs or more, right, 2 jobs or more, if you have, it's kind of like when I concentrate on that one depletes and goes down. And it's kind of like the algorithm or something like that, or alchemy and you, or alchemy. But like, you know, you've got work and a project, for instance. Say if it was me and I had a tarot card reading channel, which I have, right? Say if I had another job as well, okay, which I have for many years, and then I did, and then I didn't, and then I did, and then I didn't, and then I did, and then I didn't. Same aspect of what that was for me, okay? You have to make a choice and a path, okay? You can't be successful in every single area. You can try, but if you keep failing, and it's around a Libra of like a string of failed attempts, then your energy is coming around, like I said, where all of my eggs are in one basket and I'm taking a big gamble, but then when I start this job, then that fails, then I have to go back to doing this, and I try to build that, and then that builds up. But when I leave that and I go back to here, I start losing clientele, customers, blah, blah, business, and then business loses here, but it wins here, and then all of a sudden I give up that one, and then I go here, and then this starts to build up, but then this one doesn't. And it's like the algorithm. Okay, when you're doing YouTube, or if it's anything like that, you have to consistently post loads of shit. That does not mean that that's going to work. Does not mean it's going to work. Okay, so like I said, you have to strive to do whatever it is. But like I said, for those people that have more than one job, you can have a job and then a hobby, but you can't do both, right? So if it's kind of like I've made a load of things and I own a bakery or a shop or something like that, and I've made loads of stuff in order for all the clients to come in, but then COVID suddenly says, no, I'm sorry, madam, but you know, we can't open up properly yet. So all of the things that we've bought and everything else, like a pub and a boozer and all of that, you know, all of these people, it's happened in Britain, they've all got extra stock in ready for everything to be open, and then suddenly Boris Johnson has said, look, it's going to take another 4 weeks. So it might be around Scorpio. So Boris Johnson in Britain has now said, I'm sorry, but it could be another 4 weeks before, because now the variant of like COVID, and they want to make sure that everyone's got the COVID jab and so on and so forth before it can start lifting things. So it might be something to do with around weights, gymnasium, all of these kind of things, lifting. Okay, and I can't do the gym and work and this. Like some of you have got fucking shitloads of stuff on, right? But like they're saying that this could be people that have franchises, right? Franchises, or Francesca or something like that, or Franny, Francesca, but like chess or something like chess. But like you own a shop and you sell a load of things, but then you have another business as well, okay? And then because COVID has now happened again, pretty much, now it's kind of like, okay, I just made all of these things and now we can't send it. Like we can't send things in the post. So that's another delay. So you really could be dealing with like a Pisces. Say if you sell merchandise online, okay, and it is like a production line of selling a load of things. And then COVID, it's the restriction of saying, okay, now you can't sell to Britain yet, and you can't sell to America yet, and you can't go on holiday yet, and all of these kind of things. It feels like, no, I had a plan, we had all of these things to sell, and that we were just about to go through it all and sell them all, but then all of a sudden, excuse me, and then all of a sudden these restrictions happened, and then everything that I've made now starts to go off, and now I can't sell them because they've passed the sell-by date. So it's kind of like people that own a brewery and a pub and things like that. They've bought loads of beer and alcohol and stuff ready for consumers to come in and start getting tanked up, but we can't sell the beer now because we have to keep it. So luckily, if this is a pub, that actually has a good sell-by date. But if you're selling anything else like food or bread or things that may start to go off, then that's what that energy is. It's like I've got things to sell, but they're going off. Or I've got customers, but they seem to be going off to someone else. And I sell this kind of thing, but they're not interested in that, they're more interested in something else. And this is where I lose all of my kind of people in my thing. It's because people, they love the divine feminine and masculine, right? And I was even contemplating on going against my belief because I've been in 7 twin flame relationships. But like, people love that. They love the divine feminine stuff. They love the divine masculine stuff. But really, it's just a normal reading anyway. But people, they get loads of subscribers through that because people just love all of that spiritual shit. Okay, and they'll sit there for ages doing it. But you know, in my book, a divine masculine is a very stable individual. A divine masculine is not a person that treats you like shit, beats you up, wants a divorce, shouts and screams at you and manipulates you and everything else. That's just like complicated the energy of what it really is. Because it's still in a you versus them. It's still in a generic reading. You know, a divine masculine person, in my eyes, is a very stable individual. Okay, but and if you didn't know, a divine feminine has to pay it back. A divine feminine. If you want to reach out to a divine masculine, you don't need a tarot card reading in order to tell you that you're supposed to be reaching out. Because that's where you get the energy of I'm damned if I do and I'm damned if I don't, and I'm basically just sitting here like a fish, not being able to do anything because I'm having to pay it back to karma to the other person. So whatever you do, don't get the energy stuck and not reach out to the person. Think, you know what, I need to find out tarot reader first each month, and just sit there in the metaphysical waiting for that to happen, when a divine feminine is the one that has to reach out to a masculine. Now, if you're like, no, because I can't stand them and I hate them and they chat on me, but I love them and hate them and want them and don't want them and want them and hate them, but I need to know if they're coming back because they chat on me, then basically you're just stuck between a rock and a hard place metaphysically. That's completely different to divine feminine and masculine. Because you get so many different energies that are all relating to everybody, that everybody's going to have a different way. Okay, so I don't know what all this is, really. But yeah, I mean, for instance, I could do a set of videos, right? And I could say divine feminine, divine masculine, right? And then I could do a reading and say Aries. But because Aries numerologically is 4 also, that's like an Aries Scorpio reading, right? But again, I could do a you versus them, but I'm just calling it Aries, dealing with your partner. It's the same thing. Divine feminine, divine masculine, right? Stable person, unstable person. It really doesn't matter. It's just the keyword of what you say on YouTube that gets you shitloads of stuff, right? So, but I think it's just I have a different way of looking at it. So I don't know what this is. Okay, you might be confused with yourself, and you might actually be Steve and think, you know what the fuck do I do? Nothing. Just let people learn. Okay, so trust me, that's how people do it. And I've floated around, and there's a lot of people now doing numerology stuff, and it's just kind of like everybody's out just to really just get their business going, But whatever it is, I don't know whether this means anything for you or not. Afraid not. Pisces. But yeah, like I said, the main messages, forget those because I don't know what that's meaning to you there. But whatever it is, just do whatever it is you want. Do whatever you like. But there's something that's going off and something that's going rotten, and it's like, I just don't. It seems as if I don't know what that is for you. Going off, something doesn't smell right, doesn't feel right. Spells don't work. Like I said, meditation and stuff that you do and buy, salt and all that sort of stuff, and powders and all these kind of things, that's actually people teaching you to do a ritual. You know that that's classed as a ritual, right? So, you can't meditate and use those things to move a planet. No matter what you do, you can meditate as a human, but if a planet is blocking you, it's not leaving you a clear path, right? It won't lead you a clear path, and I've said this for quite a while in some of my educational videos. No matter what you do about your life, you can never get rid of your karma, no matter how much you open and close up. The only thing that ever really blocks you is karma, is the energy of planets. When they're all moving, they're all in the way of all of your chakras. So you can open yourself up all you like, but you're not going to move that planet. You will not move that planet until it's time to move. So until it's time to learn, until it's time, it depends on what taskmaster it is of planet that aligns up with yours. That's what's going to open up your chakra, because the planets will move away and give you a clear vision. Okay, so, that's why I have a different way of looking at things, is because some people will say, what's blocking me in a tarot reading? What's blocking you? A planet. Your karma. It's obvious, baby. Right? So, So anyway, your channel messages are more around this thing going off, waiting for some results, food, a lot of stuff coming in. Some of you have got 2 or 3 businesses or ideas that you've got. One goes really well, one doesn't. Or you've got 2 or 3 jobs, one goes really well, and then when you give that up to go back to the other one, you have to now start building from the ground up there. Some of you are looking into renovations, house moving, building work and all that kind of thing, construction, adding on to the house like an extension, all of that kind of thing, some of you. Some of you are looking for extension on your paper or your money, extended readings. I don't know. Anyway, that's your intergalactic weird shit, out of nowhere and out of space. Okay, so what we're going to do is, obviously, this is what I'm doing at the beginning. I'm doing this at the beginning, right? And then I'm going to cut it off, and now I'm going to do your tarot reading, telling you about this bit. Okay, so I'm trying to do it differently, so I can go straight into the tarot. But again, if you want your actual reading and your extended, you can only find it on the full access bundle. But there are videos and explanations of what, how, and when, all provided below. But it's only on the extended on Patron. Okay, and it changes all of the time. Okay. Alright guys, thanks very much, and I'll see you soon.